What if the moments that feel like your biggest failures are actually the moments shaping your biggest success? This is the story of Jack Ma, a man who didn't start with success, but with rejection at every level of life. He was born in a simple family in China with no special advantages, no strong academic record, and no clear future that people could believe in. In school, he failed multiple exams, not once, but again and again, and teachers began to see him as average or even weak. His classmates moved ahead while he stayed behind, carrying the silent pressure of being the one who never seemed to succeed. As he grew older, life outside school became even harder. He applied for dozens of jobs, but the world kept rejecting him. Police jobs, office jobs, even small restaurant work. Nothing worked. At one point, he was rejected from KFC, where almost everyone else got selected, and he was left standing alone. These weren't small disappointments, they were repeated reminders that the world did not see potential in him. But in those same years of struggle, something unusual was happening inside him. Instead of breaking, he started observing. He began noticing how the world worked differently for different people, how opportunities were not always about talent, but about timing, vision, and mindset. During one visit to the United States, he discovered something that changed everything: the internet. While others saw just a machine or a tool, he saw a future where business, communication, and opportunity could connect globally. That moment planted a powerful idea in his mind. But ideas alone were not enough. When he returned home, he faced even more rejection. People laughed at his thoughts, called his ideas unrealistic, and told him he didn't understand technology. But he didn't stop. With no funding, no technical background, and no guarantee of success, he gathered a small group of believers. Not experts, not investors, just people who trusted his vision. In a small apartment, they started building what would later become something massive. The early days were full of struggle, financial pressure, technical failures, long nights, and constant uncertainty. There were moments when everything seemed like it would collapse, when giving up would have been easier than continuing. But he kept going, not because success was visible, but because quitting was not an option in his mind. Slowly, things started to change. Small businesses began to trust the idea. People started joining the platform. What once looked like a failed dream slowly began turning into something real. Over time, that small idea grew into Alibaba, one of the biggest companies in the world. But the most important part of this story is not the success at the end. It is every rejection, every failure, every moment of doubt that came before it. Because without those struggles, the story would never exist. And maybe that is the real message, that failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of it. If this story touched your heart or inspired you, feel free to share your own story in the comments. What do you think your journey looks like? A struggle chapter or a success chapter waiting to begin?